London, welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Next week's coronation of King Charles will be a global spectacle. Tens of millions will be watching as Charles is crowned in a ceremony steeped in 1,000 years of regal history.
The British royal family, a symbol of tradition and continuity, is now facing a critical turning point. Recent tensions over King Charles's will have sparked heated debates within the family, particularly with Princess Anne, who defends the monarchy's unbroken legacy.
Now, it was filmed in 2017. Anne opened up about her relationship with her mother, saying the Queen always led by example and understood what made society tick during her 7-decade reign.
At the heart of the controversy is whether Camilla's children should be included in royal considerations. As the family navigates this conflict, the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. Will the royal family hold on to tradition, or will it evolve to meet the demands of modern society? The stakes are higher than ever. The monarchy, as an institution, is steeped in tradition. For centuries, it has been the embodiment of stability, continuity, and the preservation of history. This legacy is something that Princess Anne holds dear. She believes that the monarchy must remain a symbol of the unbroken lineage of the royal family, one that is free from dilution or compromise.
The ability to have somebody who is kind of epitomizes what you think your country stands for has always been a major ambition.
To her, the royal family is more than just a group of individuals. It is an enduring institution that must be protected and safeguarded for future generations. Anne's vision is one of tradition, one that upholds the monarchy's historic importance and preserves its identity. She believes that the inclusion of Camilla's children in Charles's will could blur the lines between tradition and modernity. If Charles gives in to Camilla's request, it could set a precedent that leads to further changes in the royal family's structure and composition. This, Anne fears, would erode the clarity of the monarchy's identity, which has been carefully maintained for centuries. But what exactly is the royal legacy that Anne is so eager to protect? For many, the monarchy represents much more than just a ceremonial role or a source of national pride. It is a symbol of the unity and continuity of the British people. The royal family is seen as a unifying force that transcends politics and social divisions. It is a reminder of the nation's rich history, its triumphs and tragedies, and the enduring strength of its people. Over the years, the monarchy has played a pivotal role in shaping the identity of the United Kingdom. Its role has evolved in response to changing social, political, and economic circumstances. Yet despite these changes, the monarchy has remained a constant, a symbol of continuity in a world that is constantly shifting. This is why many, like Princess Anne, feel a deep responsibility to preserve its legacy and ensure that it remains intact for future generations. While Anne's vision is rooted in tradition, King Charles and Queen Camilla represent a different approach. Charles has long been a champion of modernization.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really am enormously touched by those very kind welcomes and by your invitation, Prime Minister.
Advocating for a more accessible monarchy that is in touch with the people. He has sought to streamline the institution, reduce its costs, and make it more relevant to contemporary society. This has included efforts to modernize the royal family's public image and embrace new forms of communication, such as social media. Camilla, for her part, is focused on securing a lasting legacy for her children, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes. The inclusion of her children in royal considerations is central to her vision for the future. She believes that by bringing her children into the fold, she can help secure their place within the royal family and ensure that their legacy is preserved. This is a significant departure from the traditional model, where only direct descendants of the reigning monarch were considered for royal roles or titles. The question of whether Camilla's children should be included in royal considerations raises difficult questions about the nature of the monarchy in the 21st century. Should the royal family evolve to reflect the changing realities of modern families, or should it remain a bastion of tradition and continuity? For Charles and Camilla, the answer seems clear. The monarchy must adapt to the times in order to remain relevant. This is why they are open to the idea of including Camilla's children in royal considerations. They believe that doing so would help modernize the monarchy and reflect the diverse nature of contemporary family structures. This approach is not without its critics. Many, including Princess Anne, believe that such a move could weaken the monarchy's position and lead to a loss of its symbolic power. The monarchy is meant to represent the stability and continuity of the nation, and any change to its structure could undermine this message. However, for Charles and Camilla, the inclusion of Camilla's children represents an opportunity to strengthen the monarchy's connection with the public and demonstrate its relevance in a changing world. At the heart of this debate is the tension between tradition and modernity. On the one hand, there is Anne's belief in the sanctity of royal tradition, which demands the preservation of the monarchy's identity and structure. On the other hand, there is Charles and Camilla's vision of a more inclusive and modern monarchy, one that reflects the realities of contemporary society. This tension is not new. The royal family has always faced challenges in balancing tradition with the need for adaptation. Throughout history, the monarchy has been forced to evolve in response to changing political and social circumstances. The abdication crisis of 1936, the marriage of Queen Elizabeth II to Prince Philip, and the divorce of Prince Charles and Princess Diana are just a few examples of the ways in which the monarchy has navigated personal and public challenges. Each of these events tested the institution's ability to maintain its relevance while staying true to its traditions. In recent years, the royal family has found itself once again grappling with the tension between tradition and modernity. The question of whether to include Camilla's children in the royal family's inner circle is just one example of how this tension is playing out. However, it is also a reflection of the broader challenges facing the monarchy in the 21st century. For the royal family, the question is not just about one individual or one family, but about the future of the institution itself.
May thy servant Camilla, who wears this crown, be filled by thine abundant grace and with all princely virtues.
How can the monarchy continue to thrive in a world where public opinion is constantly shifting and where the role of the monarchy is increasingly questioned? The inclusion of Camilla's children in royal considerations is one way in which Charles and Camilla are attempting to address these challenges. By embracing a more inclusive approach, they hope to make the monarchy more relevant to modern society and secure its future. The monarchy's relationship with the public is a complex one. While the royal family enjoys widespread popularity, it is also subject to intense public scrutiny. The British people have long been fascinated by the lives of their monarchs, and the media has played a significant role in shaping public perceptions of the royal family.
Between Prince William and King Charles, for me, was, I think, one of the standout moments.
Every royal engagement, every public appearance, and every personal decision is closely watched and analyzed. In recent years, the royal family has faced increasing pressure to modernize and adapt to the changing expectations of the public. This is especially true for King Charles, who has long been seen as more progressive than his predecessors. He has taken steps to modernize the monarchy and make it more accessible to the public, including reducing the royal family's spending and advocating for environmental causes. However, these efforts have not always been met with unanimous approval, and there are those who believe that the monarchy should remain a symbol of tradition and continuity rather than trying to become more modern. For Camilla, the inclusion of her children in royal considerations is an effort to strengthen the monarchy's connection with the public. She believes that by embracing a more inclusive approach, the royal family can better reflect the diverse nature of contemporary society. This is a view that is shared by many people, particularly younger generations, who are increasingly looking for institutions that reflect their values and beliefs. For these individuals, the idea of a more inclusive monarchy is appealing, as it represents a departure from the rigid and hierarchical structures of the past. However, there are also many people who remain deeply attached to the traditional values of the monarchy. For them, the royal family represents a symbol of continuity and stability in a rapidly changing world. They believe that the monarchy should not be altered to fit the demands of modern society, but should instead remain true to its roots. For these individuals, the idea of including Camilla's children in royal considerations is deeply troubling, as it represents a departure from the established order. As the royal family grapples with these competing visions, the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. The decisions made today will have lasting consequences for the institution and its role in British society. If Charles and Camilla continue to push for a more inclusive monarchy, it could fundamentally change the way the royal family operates and how it is perceived by the public. On the other hand, if Princess Anne's vision prevails, the monarchy may remain a symbol of tradition and continuity, but at the cost of alienating younger generations who may see it as out of touch with modern realities. The question of whether to include Camilla's children in royal considerations is just one piece of this larger puzzle, but it is a question that has the potential to shape the future of the monarchy for years to come. Ultimately, the decision rests with King Charles. As the reigning monarch, it is his responsibility to navigate these competing visions and determine the direction the monarchy will take. The choices he makes will not only affect his family, but also the institution he represents. Balancing the needs and desires of his wife, his sister, and the broader public will not be easy, but it is a challenge that he must face if he is to ensure the monarchy's continued relevance in the modern world. The royal family's future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the decisions made today will shape the monarchy for generations to come. Whether it remains a symbol of tradition or evolves into something more inclusive and modern, the monarchy will continue to play a significant role in the lives of the British people. The question is, what kind of monarchy will it be?